COPWATCH, policing the police every single day.
Say hi, Andy. I'm recording you.
Alright, you get the whole thing, right?
I got you.
Ocean City cops are not people.
Yes, they are. You know what's really criminal?
What's that?
Those knee-high socks.
I know, but that's what the brown shirts wore.
And the piece of shit Charlotte County Sun newspaper lies again. They did not tell you the truth that the Punta Gorda Code Nazi cops in Kangaroo Court did not give us the right to speak redress against our case in court. They knew we had all these documents and videos to show in court, and the lawyer walked up to the board and said ram this through so they cannot speak. That is illegal and un-American and unconstitutional. Put this newspaper on the bottom of your goddamn birdcage for the birds to shit on, because that's all it's worth. https://udo.be/q1wgbug54w Punta Gorda Code Nazi Kangaroo Court cops violated our right to redress at our hearing. Free speech is dead. 5 signed cases stayed pending court case. New violations will still be cited. By Frank DeFury. Staff writer. Punta Gorda. 5 cases of Punta Gorda sign code enforcement will be stayed pending the court battle surrounding them. The Code Enforcement Board voted Wednesday morning to grant a stay of enforcement for 4 cases against Andrew Sheets and 1 case against Richard Massey, following a request from City Attorney David Levin. Both Sheets and Massey have challenged the city's sign code limiting indecent language, claiming that it violates the First Amendment. Both men appeared at the meeting and seemed prepared to make their defenses. When the board voted to grant the stay of enforcement, however, they both promptly left the meeting. See you in court, Massey said. The Punta Gorda City Council approved the local ordinance June 2, restricting the use of offensive language on signs. Code Enforcement Chair Henry Baumann and board member Roland Erickson prepare to vote on a stay of enforcement for 5 violations of Punta Gorda's ordinance against offensive language in public view signs. Sun photo by Frank DeFury. Clothing in public places that can easily be viewed by persons under the age of 17. The law defines offensive language to include fighting words, indecent speech or obscene, as well as anything that would depict or describe sexual or excretory activities or organs in a manner that is offensive as measured by contemporary community standards. A challenge to the local law is currently on appeal to the 20th Judicial Circuit Court. Levin previously told the City Council that the stay in enforcement would save the city legal fees in these cases until the court challenge was resolved. It would not prevent the city from enforcing the law against new violations, Levin said to members of the Code Enforcement Board on Wednesday. While Sheets and Massey did not speak as part of the meeting, another local resident stepped up during the meeting's public comment period. Jeff Lustish, who said he lives across the river in the Charlotte Harbor/Port Charlotte area, expressed his own views on the propriety of regulating speech. Who decides what community standards are in Punta Gorda? Asked Lustish. To illustrate his point, Lustish brought in a copy of Gloria Steinem's book, The Truth Will Set You Free, but first it will piss you off, and displayed it at the meeting. He read the title of the book out loud after asking if he could after displaying it, and then asked if a nearby Punta Gorda Police Department officer or code enforcement officers would now issue him a citation for doing so in a public place. The officer, whose name tag read A. Russell, replied, "You can't complain on yourself. Sorry." Members of the Code Enforcement Board allowed Lustish to speak for some time before pointing out that the City Council would be the more appropriate avenue to discuss the law. "This is not the forum to bring that up," Board Chairman Henry Baumann said. Copyright, C. 2021 Suncoast Media Group, edition October 28, 2021. Powered by Tnavia. Oh.
Basically, they didn't want to hear nothing we had to say anyway, so what the fuck. Have a good day, Mr. Chairman. I'm going next door.
See you in court. God.
damn it, are you fucking serious? You can't even say shit? Dude. Fucking son. That's why Gary left. Holy shit. There's a report. We can't say anything now.
I'm not allowed to say too much. My shirt says everything I have to say about
Okay, just wanted to see if either of you wanted to make a comment about
Laura said you got to contact Rutherford.
Got it. Thank
Yep.
you.
I apologize, sir.
We just got fucked.
That's basically what it is. I had to take something down. Which is online. Right? And I guess they didn't want to hear it in court, so the prosecutor went in, made a motion so we couldn't speak, to do it so none of us could say a word in there. As you heard him say that, you know, let's just pass this motion to the fat so they don't have a chance to speak.
Wait, stay there. I got to get your back. Oh, son of a...
Requesting the same action. I believe the city has a statement on that matter.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. With respect to items 2A through 2E, the respondents' counsel served the city with a motion for stay of the proceedings, while the matters referenced in each of those cases is on appeal before the circuit court. After discussing the matter with opposing counsel, the city will stipulate to approve the stay. That has to do with just the cases that are on appeal. It would not foreclose the city from enforcing any new violations, but with respect to those violations that were properly appealed to the circuit court, it is in the city's interest as well to not take any further action on those matters until the court decides the legal issues that were contested in the appeal. So we would respectfully request that the Code Enforcement Board grant the request for stay in each of the matters 2A through 2E, and there's nothing further for the respondents to do with respect to that.
Okay. Any questions from the board members on this?
Yeah, I had one question. On 2A, the letter from the lawyer case number didn't match the case number that we have listed. The last two numbers are transposed. I suspect that's just an administrative issue.
It would be a Scrivener's error that we can overlook. We know which cases are pending on appeal, and the order that you will be issuing will have the correct numbers on them.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Is it procedurally correct for me to combine all of these cases as a unit, or should I have to read each case for the purpose of the record?
I think I'll let the board advise.
Good morning, Kelly Fernandez. I think it's fine for you all to combine this into one motion.
Okay, I'll just read the whole case and then have one motion for that, each case number, okay.
Correct.
For the cases appearing before the board, the cases are case number 21-79930, case number 21-79906, case number 21-79908, case number 21-79967, and case number 21-80024. City has requested that the stay be granted. Is there any discussion on that issue? If not, I'll entertain a motion that we accede to this request of the city and grant the stay on the cases just cited. Motion has been made. Is the motion second?
Seconded.
Motion has been made and second to grant the city's request that we accede to the request for the stay of orders and administrative actions for those cases currently pending in the court. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carried. Moving on to the next case.
Have a good day, Mr. Chairman. I'll see you next door.
See you in court?
Okay, next case, case number 21-8.
Hey, Charlotte County, this is Charlotte County Cop Watch. And here's the Code Enforcement Board hearing that we went to today. And this was a filing a motion to stay on the outrageous fines that they fined us. They almost fined me $11,000 for free speech here in Punta Gorda. And then after we announced we were going to sue them for that, 4 days later, they illegally arrested me for free speech on a sidewalk. So we are here today to make our motion to stay the fines. They wanted $11,000. It came down to $2,500, which is still insane. Each ticket that I went for was like $100 to $200 each for free speech, which is completely insane and illegal. And this is how they fucked us today. So Massey, the other guy that's involved in this, he came early. And you can actually see the stuff that he wanted to talk about on the screen. And earlier, before 9 o'clock, the lawyer went up and talked to the head guy and said, push this through ASAP so we can violate their right to free speech and say what they want to say. And guess what they did? They did exactly that. They fucking violated our right to free speech and to speak on the case at hand here. And so I'm going to do my paper, what I was going to read real quick here. What happened here the last time in this meeting was illegal and unconstitutional. To fine somebody for irreparable harm for free speech in this day and age is knowingly violating the First Amendment. You will lose your qualified immunity. Then I was defamed and slandered for this. Then after that, Rutherford Institute announces that they were going to sue and appeal this. And I was illegally arrested for free speech on a sidewalk. And again, I was defamed and slandered again. And doing this in this day and age when you should have known that we have the First Amendment, you lose all your qualified immunity. Again, the cops lose their qualified immunity. There's no fucking way they don't know about the First Amendment. Then the city council has a meeting where they literally admit it's the worst code enforcement board hearing they've ever seen in their life. They fired the guy that was completely out of control for wanting to fine me for outrageous fines that are meant for situations totally different from this, especially not for free speech. And again, that was done knowingly, which gets rid of qualified immunity. Then they illegally fire a board member that was actually doing the right thing. Then, and they just had another city council meeting where my name is finally mentioned by name, and the mayor of Punta Gorda literally said we can sue him for free speech. This is called slap suit for a strategic lawsuit against public participation, which is completely illegal in Florida. There is a statute banning it. Then they talk about how they want to illegally arrest me again for legally protesting with the bullhorn, which means multiple agencies and people work together to violate my right to free speech, which is RICO, which Pasco County is getting sued for right now by Institute for Justice, who I'm reaching out to right now. We had tons of protests here in the past with bullhorns, all on video. Nobody was threatened with arrest like this. You literally have no noise ordinance on the book. You have bands that are outside of the bars that are loud as hell. But I'm the only one that is targeted. This is completely insanity. You're doing it knowingly. You have no qualified immunity. You have already been sent the videos that show that protesting with bullhorns is supposed to be bad signs and bad words, and nothing happened to the other people. Targeted selective enforcement is illegal, violates the 14th Amendment, equal justice under the law. And we now have the Charlotte County Republican Party and the Florida State Republican Party backing us too with lawyers to get rid of this illegal law.